asking, will this AI replace me? Will my job still matter? They're asking, who is deciding what success looks like now? And some people consider this resistance, but it's not. These are just human signals, normal human signals. As change management leaders, our role is to respond before people start to ask this question. That starts with a strong AI communication plan. Why? Because transparency, ongoing communication that are grounded with real answers, not just excitement over new tech. Those are the things that really matter to people. You want to tell people how their roles are evolving. Show them how AI will help them, not harm their daily job. Show them how AI will help improve their productivity, not cause them concerns about how AI will reduce headcount within the organization. Clearly state where human decision making still matters. By being transparent, by providing adequate awareness communication, by having open conversations that give people the opportunity to ask questions and voice concerns, that is how you gain adoption. When people feel informed and included, trust goes up and resistance goes down. That is how I have been able to successfully deliver change and increase change adoption. Next, let us go over the top 6 AI pain points and how to solve them. Here is where most AI initiatives really start to unravel, not with a major software defect, but with 6 common human-centered breakdowns. Let's break them down. 1, a fear of job loss. People don't resist AI, they resist feeling disposable. We need to reframe AI as a support system, not a substitution plan. 2, lack of strategy. When leaders cannot clearly explain the why, the rest of the organization tunes out. What you want to do is tie AI to real business needs, not buzzwords. 3, now, before I go on to 3, because I can just imagine some of you are scrambling to take a lot of notes as I'm going through these 6 pain points, but really you don't. You don't really have to take any notes. Why? Because if you look down at the bottom of this video, I have included a link to the detailed guide that contains every single thing that I am talking about and more. This video, we are just going over things at a high level. The detailed guide, which is free, you can download it, you can save it as a PDF, you can share it with anyone. It's that detailed guide that really provides you with everything you need to know about applying change management to help increase AI implementation successes. So you can click on the link right now and you can just follow along as I am talking. So the 3rd pain point is leadership misalignment. This is a really common issue. Executives, they want instant results. Your role, you want to set expectations and let leadership know that AI adoption is iterative, it is not instant. Pain point number 4, training and skill gaps. Knowing how to open the tool is not enough. And some people sometimes tell me, hey, the tool, the AI can educate users. Um, now, AI can try to educate users as people are using AI, but there are so many best practices that people need to know in order for them to effectively use AI. AI is not going to teach them those best practices. For example, Copilot, Microsoft Copilot. When I've done demos of Copilot, you go to PowerPoint, Copilot for PowerPoint. You enter a prompt. You say, create this presentation. And it does it for you. But it lands you in a view that a lot of people don't know how to get out of. Why does it do that? That's AI for you. So I teach people, hey, by the way, when it lands you here, if you look at the bottom right, just click on that button and you'll see the full PowerPoint. AI wasn't going to explain that to people. It required people to explain that, which is why education is super, super important. Teach people how to prompt. Teach people how to evaluate outputs. Teach people how to use AI. Pain point number 5, trust and ethics. If your AI tool is involved in decisions about people, performance, hiring, communication, transparency is a must. You have to let people know the AI tool being implemented is going to be involved in decisions about people, about performance, about hiring, and also about communication. Once again, people need to understand what is changing with AI and what is not changing. Pinpoint number 6, clunky integration. Let me say that again. Clunky integration. If the AI doesn't play nicely with what people already use, like Outlook, Teams, Slack, just to name a few, they will not use the AI. There's a lot of examples that we have provided in the detailed guide, especially when using AI for Excel. For those people that use AI for Excel, you will notice that it hasn't really been effectively integrated to how people use Excel. There is still a lot of issues, which is what we mean by clunky integration. AI needs to be able to be fully integrated to the tools that people already use. And don't get me wrong, I love using AI for different purposes, including for Excel. It does have a whole lot of uses. I can use it to develop pivot tables. I can use it to develop formulas, or conditional formatting, or to develop graphs. Despite the fact that it's not perfect, it still does a great job. It really does. So the bottom line with Pinpoint 6 is AI needs to be fully integrated to things that people already use. If not, it will become difficult for them to accept using AI. Each of these pain points should be addressed directly in your organizational change management AI strategy. Don't wait for resistance to show up. Build your adoption roadmap knowing it will. And we have other videos that we have published that talk about how to overcome resistance to AI implementation. This next topic covers where strategy meets action. If you want your AI rollout to succeed, you need more than having a launch date. You need a people first AI OCM checklist that is grounded in best organizational change management practices. In that checklist, of which there is a free checklist that we are providing to you. So when you take a look at that detailed guide, the link below, you will see this checklist. Let me actually share that checklist on my screen so you can see what to expect when you get that checklist. And once again, it is a free checklist. All right, so what I am sharing here on my screen is the downloadable PDF version of the checklist. And we have also provided you with the Microsoft Word checklist version. So you can use either or. You can take the Word version, you can tweak it as necessary and use it to fulfill your objectives and also your goals. It is free, it's been designed for you, and you're more than welcome to make as much changes as you want. Okay? All right, so we are getting questions from people about how to use this checklist. And once again, the detailed guide does provide you with that step by step overview. But being that people are already asking these questions, let me go ahead and just walk you through how to use this checklist. Let's start with the first one, leadership and strategy, aligning leadership and strategy. Part of leadership alignment involves defining the why behind the AI initiative. You want to get leaders speaking with one voice. You want to get a leadership talking about why exactly uh, we, we as in collective we, the organization, why we're looking to implement AI now. What are the benefits to individuals across the organization? So we talk about increased productivity. We talk about reducing time spent doing mundane things. You want to discuss that from an individual's perspective. You want to, when you communicate what's in it for people to help them adopt AI, you want to speak their language as to, as a person, what does AI implementation really mean to you? How does it really benefit you? And we need leaders to be helping to communicate that, which is why we say we need leaders to be speaking with one voice. Stakeholder engagement is another one. Don't wait for feedback after rolling out AI. That's a um, that's an approach that will lead to a lot of resistance because then people say, well, you're shoving AI down our throats. What you want to do to help increase your AI implementation successes is this: loop people in early, bring people in early, especially those closest to the impact. If AI implementation impacts 1,000 people or 5,000 people or 10,000 people within your organization, it's not possible to bring all of them early, right? That is where change champions come into play. We normally recommend one champion for every 60 impacted users. Sometimes some organizations say, can we increase the ratio? And the answer is sure. If you have resource limitations, then one champion for every 100 impacted individuals is a recommended practice. So get your champions early to help provide input before AI gets rolled out. Another one is transparent communication. Say what the tool does and what it doesn't, and how it fits into the bigger picture. Also, provide training that matters. Go beyond tutorials. Teach employees, teach managers how to use AI in their job context with real scenarios, real use cases. Make it persona based. For example, if your AI implementation impacts sales, finance, IT, product, manufacturing, whenever you are having training sessions or roadshows or meetings with the different departments, your slides, your content need to be speaking their language. If you are meeting with marketing, your slides should include marketing language. If you are doing a training for finance, your slides or your information should include finance related language. One size does not fit all when it comes to training. That is why um, the highest level of AI successes that I have seen are the ones that involve communication training that are persona based, meaning targeted, not using a one size fits all. Another key activity that is part of this checklist is start out by rolling out a small pilot. I call it small pilot, big learning. Don't try to roll out AI organization wide on day one. That is really going to lead to a lot of resistance. Start with a small focus group that should be part of the pilot, gather feedback, and then scale smartly based on lessons learned. Another one is to sustain adoption. You want to track usage, you want to track satisfaction, you want to track business outcomes. And most importantly, you want to update your approach based on what people need, not what the technology delivers. At the end of the day, here is something that I normally tell leaders across organizations. Organizations do not change, people do. If the people within an organization do not successfully adopt a change, then the organization will not change, which is why applying best change management practices to increase AI adoption really goes a long way. Next, let us go over the main themes that shape AI readiness. Let us zoom out for a minute. AI transformation doesn't happen because a tool was installed. It happens when key themes across your organization are addressed head on. Here are the really big ones: leadership buy-in. And I know I mentioned this earlier, but let me elaborate a little bit. Without visible executive support, employees generally do not take AI seriously. Leaders have to walk the talk, not just fund the tools. Another one is trust and ethics. People want to know how AI decisions are made and what data is being used. Transparency is non negotiable. One reason why people normally resist is a lack of transparency. The other theme is training gaps. Most employees have not been trained in prompt writing or AI collaboration. Effective prompting really goes a long way in training people how to use AI. You can go into AI, ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, and you can provide it with a prompt. and it will respond. But when you integrate best prompting practices, it provides you with a more robust response. A lot of people don't know how to apply the best prompt practices for AI. And so when they prompt AI and AI doesn't come back with the robust responses the person was expecting, they say AI is not doing a good job. They just don't realize that it is human error. So, providing prompt engineering, which is just really the fancy name for training people how to prompt, how to interact with AI. AI specific upscaling is absolutely crucial for increasing adoption and sustaining AI usage. Another theme is resistance fatigue. Some people and some groups are just tired of being told, here is another tool, figure it out. That's not transformation, that's burnout. Another theme is unrealistic ROI expectations. ROI is return on investment. When a company is investing in AI, they are expecting some kind of return on their investment. A lot of times, what we see is unrealistic ROI expectations. AI success doesn't happen overnight. One thing you want to do is help manage expectation. And you can do that by setting achievable benchmarks and communicate progress clearly to leadership to let them know we have a plan to get there. It's not going to happen on day one. It's going to happen eventually, leaders. And here is how we plan to ensure that we can achieve the ROI that you, the leaders, have invested in this AI. That's how you manage leadership expectation. If you are a change practitioner or a change leader or a change manager or project manager, your role as a change agent is to connect these themes that I just went over to tactical actions, create feedback loops, coach leaders, especially during one-on-one meetings or regular meetings, right? Coach leaders also help them see the value of AI by training them how to use it. It really goes a long way because people look up to their leaders during a time of change. And if the leaders are running into problems, they will communicate their frustrations to people below them. And guess what happens? Those people will say, well, my leader doesn't like this AI. Why should I bother? So you want to ensure that you are coaching leaders on how to use the tool. Make training accessible to everyone: leaders, impacted users, managers, champions. And here is a big one: always stay 2 steps ahead of where resistance may show up. As part of your change management strategy for AI, you want to ensure you are integrating a proactive as well as a reactive resistance plan. You, a proactive really means just exactly what it says. You proactively identify ways where resistance might show up and address it ahead of time. And let me give you a few examples. One is talking to champions, talking to managers and saying, We are looking to roll out this AI. We are engaged with champions, engaged with stakeholders within your department. But can you advise us on challenges or resistance or roadblock that you might foresee coming from your organization towards adopting this AI? And you will get a lot of good feedback from people when you ask them that question. They might say, "Oh yes, we tried to roll out XYZ platform 2 years ago. XYZ platform was not AI related, but it was rolled out in a very bad way. And so my people remember that experience. So now you are coming to say you want to roll out AI, but my people already had that bad experience 2 years ago. And so you want to make sure you address any concerns that people are having." That's what the leader might tell you. And that's just an example. The point here is you want to apply a proactive resistance management approach. Another example of being proactive is champions. Talk to the champions and say, where do you think we, the collective we, can run into resistance when we roll out AI within your department? And the champions will give you a lot of feedback as to where resistance might show up. And then it is your goal, it is your role to now help address the resistance before it actually happens. One way is effective communications. Provide awareness ahead of time. And in the awareness communication, address any concerns that you might have heard of. Most importantly, tell people the WIFM, WIIFM. WIFM is what's in it for me. It is normal human nature to always think, whenever faced with change, what's in it for me. So make sure you communicate the WIFM to people, and that actually helps to reduce resistance before it actually raises its head. Okay? All right. Now, I know I am covering a lot of things in this video. Do take a look at the detailed guide. And if you have any questions, if you have any comments, don't hesitate to reach out to us. There is one or two more slides that I want to go over very quickly. Okay. And here is one of the slides which talks about the tools that you should be aware of. So your job as a change practitioner is to make sure these platforms, these AI platforms that are being implemented, they feel natural and are well integrated into people's workflow. Some of these tools that we are seeing across different industries, and your organization might be already in the process of implementing some of these tools. If not, sometime in the near future, leadership will probably be looking to implement some of these. Microsoft Copilot and ChatGPT, those are two of the biggest ones. Microsoft and ChatGPT are excellent for content creation and increasing productivity, but only effective if users know how to prompt them very well. There are others too, but the goal is not to go over this in much detail, but rather to encourage you to review the detailed guide. Once again, I included the link to the detailed guide at the bottom of this video, and it really covers step by step almost everything you need to know to help increase your success in rolling out AI and increasing AI adoption within your organization. We have a lot of resources and also videos to help increase your change successes. So click on the next links that you see showing up on your screen on this video, and don't hesitate. Questions, comments, let us know.